STL.
Be nice to
Hey, how's it going?
what's up?
Much.
All right, have a great meeting.
Thanks.
We have to record.
Yeah.
Take care.
Take care.
That's quick. Go to the precinct council right next door.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, great, Judy's on, so that's good. One of my members is unavailable, one's going to be online, and one I didn't go from, so.
Good evening.
Good evening. Hi. We're just waiting to see if some more, committee members appear. So just give us another minute.
No worries, I'm just doing the kitchen run.
So are you having your, is there a speaker? No, just me.
Oh, are they coming to discuss this?
That's me. Okay, just talking about it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't have any speakers tonight. It's just, my agenda was, I just wanted to fill the team in on 5G power issues and then try to, have some people take charge of some of our 7 priorities for the year, because I'm handling 2, and I need like people to take some of the other 5. So yeah, why don't we let Judy get started? I think.
Hey Judy, you're muted.
I think you're using your inside voice.
Judy, can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. I was in the kitchen. I was like, I thought I heard my name. Hi.
So if you want, I don't know how should we
So my thoughts, were to just do a summary of what's been accomplished so far on this project and what steps are remaining and where you need the volunteers.
Okay. Oh, is this about me? Okay.
All about you right now.
Okay. Well, yes. So the status is we received DOT. How do I put myself on the screen? Wait. Oh, you're pinned. Okay, that's why I can't. Okay, perfect. So right now we, as you know, got accepted for the DOT Open Streets, and April 20th is April 20th is actually April 2nd was the official announcement by the city of all participants for the DOT Open Streets, and April 20th is the individual by borough. So we're using April 20th as kind of the launch of saying that, we're here, the market is coming, and open streets. We're one of 15 sites. And we're working on marketing for that day. From that point, we're looking for volunteers, basically to help run a lot of the day to day, in a sense, for marketing the market from that point on, putting information on social media, going to places to hang the flyers, reaching out to businesses who may want to table. So the market is kind of divided by two. One in part is for those who want to sell items, so we're looking for vendors. We're still confirming the farmers. We right now putting together one huge big farmer and then another kind of small farmer, but there's still openings if people have baked goods or other items. We're working with a distributor to bring down like dairy and meat and well, no, sorry, I don't know about meat yet because I have to figure out the requirements, but at least the dairy items and some items that we are unable to find farmers, we are setting up a table that's almost like a farm stand. So we're looking to hire someone or volunteer to support that table. And that's one of the triangles, one of the squares. And the second one is finding nonprofits or organizations that are not selling anything, but more informative, that will table throughout the season. We have a couple of few ones who are coming on the first, but everybody wants to come on the first. So we're trying to spread a lot of the organizations out throughout the season. Yeah, we're trying to reach out to different organizations throughout the season. So we'll need someone who can support finding nonprofits or organizations or community organizations or anyone who want to provide the community resources. This is also a kid zone. So we're mainly looking for those who can provide kids activities. Right now we have Bronx Children's Museum, Street Lab, uh, um, Parks is coming twice with the mobile play van. I'm reaching out to City Parks Foundation to do the puppeteer mobile. So we have a couple of organizations, but it's not like they're coming out throughout the season. Many of them are coming the first month. So we're looking for people who can come and provide kids activities throughout the season. So as of April, May, it's mostly marketing, reaching out to businesses, putting up flyers, letting people know we're coming. I'm doing a couple of table events at senior centers. The next senior center I'm going to is Bronx House to help promote nutritional benefits programs that are at the market. If you know of organizations where I can present, and it will be a good place to promote the market and also educate people about farmers market, I'm open to tabling or at least doing presentations until the end of May. After that, it would be difficult for me to juggle doing presentations while the market season's running. What else? We're looking for sponsorship, so anyone who's really good at creating sponsorship packages, that would be great. I need writers, people who can help with writing that material. It'd be great to find some sponsors who can, pay for print, the marketing, the right now I have a go ahead. I'm gonna pause if anybody wants to talk. But mhm.
So this is Carla. I have a question. I remember from an earlier meeting, you were having some discussions with Bissell Gardens. Did that lead?
Oh, yes. So Bissell Garden is they have a farmer's market in the sense of they have one farmer. So they were also looking for farmers for their market. Their market starts July. So I'm working with them. They have one farmer. It's pretty difficult to get weekend farmers. So we're working with a food distributor that's going to bring some items down, and we're split it between Bissell and ourselves. So we are supporting Bissell. Um, they're going to basically have almost like us, which is what we are calling a community table. And the community table is in a sense of all the items that we can't seem to get a vendor for, a farmer for. We're going to have a table where someone would basically be responsible for selling those items. Bissell is looking for someone on their team that would do, you know, handle the table and sales for the items. So we're splitting. I'm trying to get like a flower farmer to come down and drop some flowers. And the same thing, they will be dropping some at Bizzle. So we're kind of splitting between each other some resources. But yeah, I spoke with Heather.
Love collaborative stuff. I think again in an earlier meeting, you said you'd been in touch with Montefiore. Have you been in touch with their people who run their farmers market in that little courtyard on Bainbridge? Because they're obviously in touch with people who bring stuff.
I talked to them in a sense for a sponsorship, but not about their market. Their market, the Norwood? No.
Sorry?
Their market is near Norwood.
Yes, it's in Norwood. It's right
Okay.
in of their campus at Bainbridge and 2nd.
Yeah.
I don't the Monty Wakefield Community Advisory Board, so I can ask them who their contacts are.
Yeah, I think I want to say Grow is the person who manages their farmers market. I think they're Thursdays, right? Their market.
Yeah, well, I really couldn't say because I don't go there. I prefer the campus at Monty Wakefield because it's far less crowded if you have an emergency. I always tell people I go to Monty Wakefield. Bainbridge as well.
Shaniqua, you posted in the chat that your organization can provide children's activities. Do you want to introduce yourself to the community and say hi? Judy, do you see the
Yeah.
chat? There's some content.
Yes, I'm copying everything in the chat. I did speak with Mind Builders. They are able to support after September because they don't really have a lot of youth programming, I guess, happening in the summer, but they're willing to support. Oh, that reminds me. We got so New York City Service. They have a portion program where they have something called like almost like a AmeriCorps, where service members can help support different nonprofit organizations when it comes to health related organizations. Our application was approved, and we're working with Robert Hill to get NYCHA residents. And so we're also looking for NYCHA residents because the service will allow us to, they basically would give us a full-time person. However, it's for 10 months and it's starts in September until June. So this person would pretty much be like the end of the season and then off season preparing for 2025. But if you know of anyone that's in NYCHA that can support and transition into a full-time person, kind of like off season, that is being supported by New York City Service. and they would be under the umbrella of kind of AmeriCorps. So we pay pretty much a rate of an administrative fee. I think it's a total of $2,000 per person. And then they pay for everything else, their salary, the perks, insurance, and they handle all of the W-2s and everything. You're pretty much paying for them to handle staffing. So that's
Oh,
another.
You've spoken to Robert Hall about this at NYCHA?
Yes. He will be the supervisor that the person in NYCHA would, if it's coming from the Gun Hill housing, Robert would be the contact person for what they would consider coordinator.
Okay, yeah, that's great news. I've been working with Robert on rat remediation, which is far less glamorous, but needs to be done. So yeah, I just talked to him a couple of days ago about how we're gonna get people to stop putting their garbage out front. Because that invites the little critters to come and nibble. So okay, I'm so glad you're in touch with Robert. He's been on board for a very long time and is very passionate about community.
I think Lee Marie was interested in speaking about her organization that might be able to provide services at the market.
Hi, my name is Marie Francisco. I am the project manager here at Ojate Group, and we are a nonprofit organization. And our mission is to alleviate poverty by creating sustainable and holistic solutions that empower underserved community all across New York City. And we work closely with our youth by uplifting our youth and supporting small businesses, creating safer community, and closing resources gap. So if you guys go to our website, you'll see all the programs we offer, such as Beyond Rising, which is an undocumented program that we for youth from ages 16 to 20. And what we do is during the summer, we intern them either in Fordham University, Lehman College, Cornell University, and they get skills. And on Friday, they work Monday to Thursday, and Friday they report to our office. They receive a workshop of financial literacy, different topics, and then they get a stipend of $500. Then we have the Brandon Hendricks Scholarship that just closed, which is 2 participants get selected and they receive $20,000, and it'll follow them through each term of their college, as well as we support them during the summer, and we intern them in different places. And we also have our Rise Leadership program. That is a program for high schoolers, sophomore, and juniors that run throughout the school year. And Rise Leadership inspires participants to become creators, thinkers, and community leaders. And we provide them with skills such as technology and art. And in the end of our program, they go to an international trip where everything pays. So to do a project. So this year they're going to Costa Rica and Panama. And we are starting May 1st. We have We Speak. We are providing English classes for those that are interested in learning English. And then we have we have partnered up with Club Hub, and we giving a grant to small restaurants that have less than 30 staff employees, and they have 2%, and they could use that the 200,000 grant towards creating a bigger restaurant or things like that. So, yeah, my information is in the bottom. You can give me a call. Any tabling you need me to come out, I'm more than welcome to come out and present or anything like that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. And we love people who take.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. When I know you are working, well, I have two questions. For the businesses, are there any business that would want to, in a sense, vend? Like if we're looking for bread, bakers who'd want to come out and try vending outside, or are they solely restaurant?
There's only restaurant right now, but those restaurants also have connections with those,
Okay.
so I could share the information as well.
Yeah, we're looking for prepared. Well, we can't really have. There's no flame fire, but you can still have like prepared food at the market. So we're also looking for that as an option. And for the youth, is that your summer? Is that the SYEP youth, or is it a different kind of internship program?
It's a totally different internship program.
So are they youth that would want to be interested? Are they get stipends if they work with a nonprofit? Or
They
yeah.
get a card with $500 gift card. Yeah,
Oh,
with $500 gift cards on Fridays. You report with us after taking the workshop that we provide for them.
500 per week of the stipend,
Yes, it's weekly.
and until how long?
It's just until August.
Oh, August.
Then another applications opens up in our website for the school year, which they work less since they go to school. And then our
Okay.
leadership program is just Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Mm. Okay, and they only work for your organization, not other organizations,
Yeah, just for us.
or just for you? Okay.
Yeah, and we place them in different places for them to gain some skills, life skills.
But the placement is only like kind of one time, or placement in a chunk of like 1 month. They go work somewhere, or
No. Wherever they are placed, that's where they stay for the whole entire summer. And then during the school year, that's a whole different another different places that they might go if they apply. Because it's within our partnerships that they let
okay.
put participant or they request participants to enter.
Okay, because we're looking for staff for the market. Because I don't know if you know, but this is one of 3 farmers markets, and we have 2 in the Bronx. Saturday is White Plains. Sunday is just 15-minute train ride away at Bronx Park East. And on Saturday, we also have the Harlem Farmers Market.
Okay.
And Thursdays is considered a farm stand. And that's where it's mainly just one person selling a lot of products. Yeah.
Okay, so send me an email. We could talk further about that.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
So can I ask a tedious practical question? So working with Gun Hill houses to remediate the rat situation. So what exactly happens to unsold food at the end of the day at a farmer's market?
The farmers take it home.
Okay.
Yeah. Farmers take it home. Yeah, no, unless if an organization reaches out to them, that happened once. I think one organization came, but so I'm only picking, all my farmers markets, the farmers were the same last year. And both farmers, one farmer gives food to City Harvest, And so that happens on like a Friday. So they have food all throughout the week, and when it starts going bad, they either compost it or some of the food gets donated to City Harvest because they're connected also with Grow NYC. Another, which is House of Greens, they donate the food at the end to a church in upstate New York. So all the food goes to them. Now, if you do reach out to any of the farmers and say, what do you do with food you're about to throw away and kind of rescue it, that's something you can connect with the farmer. But they pretty much pack up and take everything. They don't want to take food home. They want to make sure it's all sold. So,
No,
but
yeah.
yeah. But yeah, and then the items like what I'm bringing down of like milk or um, mushrooms, things like that. I try to buy quantities that will sell at the end of the day. But if it doesn't, unfortunately, like something like milk would end up being spilled and like not spilled, but I would have to take it home and pretty much put it down the drain. And then other um or other items, if it's not sold on Saturday, it gets sold on Sunday at the Sunday market.
Okay, thanks.
Mhm.
Do you have other questions?
No, Shaniqua, did you want to speak? I know you talked about, you mentioned in the chat, that your organization might be able to help. Are there any other organizations on the call who would be interested in getting involved in the farmers market, in volunteering or tabling, or have any ideas? Okay, but that's all the questions I have.
And if anybody knows how to do sponsorship package, that would be great too. That's something we need because many organizations, well, not many, but two, Montefiore is one of them who reached out about a sponsorship package, but I'm not sure how to create.
Well, I know people over there because I'm on one of the boards. So I think I can just call them and say, give me a sample. So I will do that this week. And all they can say is no. Or well, sometimes they just don't answer. Usually they do. So yeah, I'll ask my contact is a woman named Jade Foster, who works with she works at Monty and also has some involvement with the Jerome Avenue Business Improvement District. So if anybody knows anything about how to do a sponsorship package, so I will commit to making that phone call.
Okay.
And Judy, we still owe you, Talia and I are going to help you with that design in the flyers, so we still owe you that.
Yes. So I was able to find, so there's like one person who's going to help with kind of branding the farmers market as sort of a weekend market because the markets are so close to each other. I'm kind of treating it like a weekend, calling it a weekend farmers market because the distance between them is not that different. And I'm working with someone kind of like tweaking of that marketing. And then we're still in the process of creating a website. So we did find someone to do a website design. So I hope that I'm going to send an email with Talia and you of the two new people. One who's doing the branding to try to like figure out how we can create a cohesive kind of farmers market collab, connection, and then while also promoting the DOT portion, the open streets. And the Bronx Park East is going to have a compost drop off site. So there's a lot of activities, and we're just thinking it might be better just kind of make one big website and with one big information. And so that is like two additional people who probably will join us and help like with support. But Talia would be great for like the print graphics.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't have any more, but I do actually have one more, picky question. So I did notice in some of the notes I saw that you're going with a textile recycler that is different from the one that DSNY works with. So can you just talk me through that?
Yes, thanks for that. Thank you for reminding me that. Yes, we are going to have a textile drop off. It's coming from a company called Green Tree Textile. Last year we worked with them and we collected about 14,000 pounds of textile. Majority of them came from Harlem, but we did get a good amount of people who dropped off in the Bronx Park East. They're adding our market, and it's really just a big bin that gets placed in. So what they do is that even if your clothing is ripped or new, they separate it in the sense that any ripped clothing is considered like recycled textile, and they go through a different type of process. And anything that could be reused or reworn goes into a warehouse where other organizations like churches, or they get a lot of people who are working with migrants and who need clothing, and they basically go to the warehouse, and organizations may say, we are a shelter, we're looking for male shelter with t-shirts, blah blah blah, and they kind of separate everything out, and organizations can come in. They're located in the South Bronx. So they have a warehouse, and you can even mail your clothing to them. They'll even take it by mail because it happened last year. Someone mailed the clothing. But yeah, so there will be there, and it's just a bin. They're not tabling. It's just we're starting out with one bin and a signage, and that is another thing we were hoping to promote before the market start, is letting them people know textile collection is at the market. We just don't have compost collection at the market.
I am not a big fan of compost collection because, my big thing is rats and trash. Compost, rats, they kind of.
Well, this is different because in the Bronx Park East, we're working with what's considered a micro hauler. They're almost like a DSNY. When people bring their food scraps, it gets put into a container. The micro hauler sends it and splits it into 2 different locations. So the study is, what does it look like if a community garden processes food scraps, and if it goes to a facility that's actually utilizing the organic waste to create healthy soil or create like basically healthy material to grow food. Right now, the compost collection is going to biofuel, bioenergy, and what's coming out of it, it's nothing. There's no value coming out of it. So we're trying to basically bring back the reason for composting, which is to make healthier soil and replenish and reactivate soil that's been used. That's how we are using natural. It's pretty much a natural fertilizer. You're not using chemicals. This is what all the farmers upstate that we work with do. They use compost. They use finished compost on their land to reactivate soil. So that's how the project in the Bronx Park East is working. We are working with Morning Glory, who's processing at their garden. I process at Harlem. So I also do composting at a community garden in Harlem, and we never had any mouse issues because when you're processing, the food decomposes in less than 3 days. The temperature of a compost bin goes up to 165 degrees. And if it's active, there's never any waste left behind. And that's what we use as food scraps. Now, the DSNY bins, if people don't shut it correctly, yeah, that could be a problem if it's not closed properly and sealed. So that's usually what's happening, is that people are not closing it properly. But as of now, I've been doing composting at the community garden for 7 years, and we haven't had And I'm sorry, not 7 years. I'm sorry, since 2017. So I've been doing it for a few years, and we never really had it. We never had any mouse problems.
Harvey Birkin.
Hey,
Over medications for the evening. Right, but they usually come like, okay, they usually come 10, yeah.
That's me. I think you're.
A lot of his medications. I just want to make sure they have everything. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard.
That's great. Let us know if there's any connections that we can help make to different agencies or organizations. It seems like you've got a lot of out of the box thinking, and maybe it's not even out of the box for you, but it seems out of the box for us. Like I never thought of a textile like a drop application, but that's wonderful. That's a great opportunity. So nice that it's also local stuff around this organization. So, we're just so appreciative that you're spending so much time and effort into making this really nice thing. So let us know how we can help.
Yeah, I will put in the chat the organization. They also do tax write-off with your clothing drop-off. So if you are looking for a tax write-off, there is a form online where you can get tax credit if you need it. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is the company. I had worked with one before. I really wasn't a fan, so I started with this. Now, what I like about this organization is at the end of the season, they provide a report, and they worked with college students that help them figure out how to graphically create their data, visualize their data. So they will break down like how much of your drop off as a community, like of all the locations, had waste, had textile, was recycled, what was shoes. And that's what I really liked about it, because we're able to use that information to write grants or show that we're doing a waste management. So that was one of the big takeaways I liked about the organization, that they provide that too. So the link is in the chat if you want to. I don't know if I can share
Yeah,
my
we're seeing it. We have it pulled up.
Yep.
I could not get
Okay.
into that. It's just ridiculous. I could not get into it.
But yeah, it's a good program. They're in a lot of other farmers markets too. They're all over the city. I believe they're a nonprofit, so that's why you can do the tax write-off. Um,
Yeah, no, I'm good. Thank you for that excellent presentation. Yep, that was very helpful. And we will do our best to get you some volunteers. I love the idea of going to gun hill houses because, they're right there.
yeah.
And, and Robert Hall is a great colleague on a project. So that's very good news. If we had more than 3 people here, we'd be
Well, honestly, my questions got answered. Definitely answered my question of whether the students would be compensated, or maybe they could possibly gain some type of academic enrichment or credits towards working with you. I think that's the way that you want to really go, because you want to try to get contract workers, temps, people that have the time to be able to designate the weekend and also have an interest in, helping out the environment and making more healthier choices. So I believe she's on to the right plane. In terms of the Bronx Children's Museum, shameless plug, love the Bronx Children's Museum. They have a lot of different activities that they bring. So the event that you have coming up for May 1st, you said for Saturday? Is that a Saturday or is it?
June 1st.
Third.
Oh, right.
And
Don't
there's
Be antisocial. I'm trying to multitask and take notes.
there's just one more I don't know what's going on with the, but there is one more organization that I'm contacting. So with DOT's Open Street, you qualify for a street beautification, and they have a contractor called the Heart. Am I saying that right? Yeah. And they put planters and landscaping, kind of. So that's second square. That's considered park with little trees and the poor little sad stuff. So I'm talking with them about beautifying that square, and in front of that square before you get to the parking lot, DOT kind of painted a little bit of a little island and put a rock as a barrier that can be switched to planterns. And this organization will come and kind of look at what our plaza looks like and help bring planterns, flowers, landscaping. And so we qualify for it. We just need to know what level we qualify for. If it's like coming out. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you for sharing that. Perfect. So if you look at the square, it doesn't show it here, but DOT actually like made that a little island. And because of that little island, they put rocks. Those rocks can turn into planterns so that it can kind of bring flowers, and you can keep it year round, or you can keep it only for the time of the open street from June to November, or it can stay there permanently. If you go to the square itself, you have some trees and grass there. They can come and put some flowers or some native plants and beautify that area. I was hoping to speak with them before our call to confirm like what that looks like, but they had to reschedule. But next week I will learn more about the planters being put in and landscaping for that little square thingy thing.
Judy, I don't know if this is on your radar, but there's this area, it's closer to the train. It's a really large kind of tree pit. Right now, it's just got these couple of trees in it, but it's got this giant space right here. This is closer to the train on the west side, and it's kind of empty. I don't know if they would be interested in beautifying this area. If they want to put plants there, that would be an opportunity too.
They won't touch that area. So that is like a mix that's it's this area. I don't even know if anybody even understands who owns what, but it's sort of like parks but MTA responsibility.
Right.
The program, because we're an open street, they will only do the plaza that is the open street. So
Okay.
that little island
Who's
that
gotta be
has,
gone here?
they will put the planters there. The tree, those three little trees you saw, and the soil, they can beautify that area. It has to be part of the open street because that's the contract they have with DOT.
Okay.
Is Cartika on board with you? She's a performer from G.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's one of our other board members. She works on a beautification project, sort of similar to this, but for NYCHA and other public housing. So this might be, you comfortable with us sharing your information to her? And then, if she gets to know the description, maybe she could help you out as well.
Yes, that's fine. Yep. This I know
That's only
with
applies
a
to the
lot of these
car.
city agencies, they have like contracts with different organization. The Heart, I just put the link in. They're contracted with DOT. Uh, the NYCHA has Green Force, I believe it is, who is responsible for like the beautification for NYCHA. And that part of beautification is really like trying to do a garden, but I think that's the NYCHA version. It's called Green Force or something like that. Somebody put include repairs.
Oh, so, this is a different topic. I don't know if we want to
Oh,
segue. It's not on the agenda, but, so Stephanie, Roth, who works at, a school in the district, brought several months ago an issue of the Renzi playground, which is kind of deteriorating, and they have this fenced off area with. We put it as a suggestion for participatory budgeting, and it's one of the 5 or 6 candidates for funding for participatory budgeting. But Stephanie writes that she wants to make sure that that money from participatory budgeting will actually go towards the baseball and softball fields, not just the whole plantings. That's a good question. I know that it's $650,000 worth of participatory budgeting, which sounds like a lot, but let me tell you, city money doesn't go very far. So I'm not sure, Stephanie, but I think we can try to check with the council and get back.
the program is not parks. So this is DOT's money, not parks money.
Yeah, I'm talking about a separate thing.
Oh.
In the district, but it's totally separate from the farmers market.
Oh, okay. Because no, the parks really is just giving me a permit. There's no money coming from parks for this program. And we still need a restroom we still need restroom and storage. So that's still I don't know where the vendors will use the restroom and where to store tables and supplies. The DOT will bring tables. So for anyone who wants to be who's coming as a nonprofit to come to the market and promote, DOT will help with table and tent. The maximum tables they will give is 6, and I think that's also tents is 6, but they can support that way if there's a nonprofit who can't bring a table and tent. We can, if we know, I think we have to give 2 weeks in advance, but we know at least 2 weeks in advance, we can request DOT to bring tables and tent.
What about?
So there's a lot of.
Sorry. What about porta potties? Is that something that they even mentioned?
If there's someone who wants to sponsor and put a porta potty, and someone comes every Saturday to drop off and pick up a porta potty, that's fine. But there's no funding for that right now.
And I imagine the challenge is that you don't want that porta potty to sit there locked all week long.
Yeah.
Between market days. Yeah.
No.
Now, this garden said they cost about $60 a day, and the vendor, whatever vendor they work with, will drop them off in the morning and pick them up at night. So they don't have to sit there all week. That's all I know about that resource.
Yeah, it's with what do you call it again? Green Thumb, they contract with Call Ahead. And so that probably sounds, and because Bristol's part of Green Thumb, it's probably Call Ahead. And yeah, maybe Call Ahead, they do have that service. But if someone wants to sponsor that, that'd be great. But yeah.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't know where would be the ideal place to put it.
Okay,
maybe like closer to the parking lot.
I'll claim that one because I have to look it up anyway for outside events anyway. So I'll get back to you.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm
Yes,
working with. Sorry.
yeah, no, I think Bissell Garden solved the problem because somebody's cousin has a restaurant across the street. So, people solve these problems in all kinds of different ways. So, yeah, they
Okay.
just use this restaurant. But if you don't have a cousin with a restaurant down the block, something else has to.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Oh,
a
I got
storage
some.
place, someplace where we can
One.
store the markets
Hold on.
table and tent would be good. And then we just have someone who just goes to that location and then set up. That's still something we're looking for, is someplace to store the markets table and tent.
Have any place?
Say it again?
Robert Hall from Gun Hill Houses?
No, he couldn't. We looked at his storage unit, and I think he was just recently donated like 7,000 books or something like that. That's taking up the storage unit now.
Yeah, okay. 7,000 books is good. Not what we need tables.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, random idea.
No. It's I spoke to him when we went to visit and do a walkthrough with the Parks Department, and we saw the storage unit is packed, the one that he has. So yeah.
Okay.
But I did speak with I'm trying to collaborate with Bronx Collab and try to have like kind of like a little bit of an office space for any of the youth who live in the Bronx, or for the service members who are part of the New York City service, to have a place to have an office for an in-person meeting. So but if there's other office spaces in exchange wants to table and then we use their space as an office, that's an option.
You mute.
Yeah. And then we need photographers. It'd be great to have someone who can take pictures. If you know any photographers, that's something I'm looking for. Someone who could just take pictures, and especially on the first day.
Okay, we'll keep our ears open.
And then I will leave my contact information also for anybody who wants to reach, because I know that was shared. So this is me. And then I have kind of a calendar if you want to book time, but you could also just message and say, "Are you available?" That I'm going to put that in there.
I don't know. Judy, have you met Colleen Dickerson?
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
She's another board member. She's also the leader of our youth and education committee. She's an excellent resource. Also for librarians, she's an excellent resource. I'll let her speak for herself if she would like to, but I just gotta give that shameless plug of that. If you need any type of services that has any relations to academics, educational outreach, please tap into her.
Yes. I do have an educational. Oh, So I am reaching out to Lehman College and their dietitians students to do cooking demos at the market. Um, they just, I don't know if you know, but Fordham University received a cajillion dollars from DEP, I believe, for environmental studies and research. They also have something called a mobile kitchen. Apparently, they have this mobile kitchen that sits and does nothing in their school. So I'm trying to utilize it for the market. So if if there's any dietitian students who need community service hours, we'll have a mobile kitchen. And then I'm trying to see if we can do cooking demos. But for opportunities in the sense of like for young kids to learn, will be in Harlem. At the community garden in Harlem, I'm building a greenhouse to start the conversation about agro tech or agricultural tech or agricultural business. So that is something I'm doing in the Harlem side for education wise, if they need a space to teach kids about technology and agriculture.
So is there an electrical outlet in the space we're talking about? Right, because I know Bristol Gardens has a woman who does cooking demos, but I remember she had a hot plate. So I don't remember where it was plugged into. I didn't wonder about it at the time, but if you're gonna do a cooking demo, you need like a power source, right?
Well, what I do at the farmers market and the other markets, what's called no cooking, and that is to help educate kids on doing like their own food without having to deal with fire, and also seniors who are uncomfortable or may fear wanting to use fire. So at the markets, we do a no cooking demo. If we do flame, we can't do it at the market because of the train above us. So we would do no cooking demos. So
So
no,
preparing like salads and
yes,
other.
yeah, more raw food. We did a lot of salsas, so we can use electricity. The DOT Open Street does offer a generator. I don't think we'll need something that big, but they do provide a generator that you can request. I think like a month in advance or something. But we mostly would, if we do power, um, there is portable power stations. I know if we do the one with Fordham, it comes with its own power station. That's what's like, it's a mobile kitchen. And they bring it to, somehow they get it to High Bridges Farmers Market. So they're looking for other farmers market to use this mobile. So I think it comes with all of that. Apparently it's fancy, but I'm speaking to the educator
For sure.
to see if they can bring it to the farmers market. But majority of the cooking demos we'll do is considered no cooking. No cooking recipes. And at the farm stand, we're doing in Harlem at the farm stand, we're working with a chef to do salad bowls.
Okay.
So if you know any chefs, that would be great. I have one question for the restaurant. Like the restaurant program you have. Are they looking for food suppliers? Because my farmers are looking to sell food to restaurants. Is that an option?
Oh, no. That's different. I'm gonna send you all the details and flyers to your email so you can
Okay.
have it
Okay.
and we could connect. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, because that's another thing. One of the farmers who was coming was like, he's like pretty big, and he was just wondering if there's any restaurants nearby because he's coming with a big truck, and he if he comes to the market, he wanted to see if he can actually like sell to restaurants, and I didn't know. So when you came online, I was like, that might be a way I can lure him to the farmer's market if he can sell to restaurants. But yeah.
Okay, so I have all my questions answered. Do you guys? Because we can close it out if
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so thank all of you for making yourselves available and taking the time to talk about this very exciting project that you're putting so much effort into. It's like a little after 8, so we're gonna let you go and do something else.
I'm just gonna be doing more farm work.
Hey,
Yeah.
Carla. Hey, Carla, if I can I jump in for a second?
Oh, sure.
This is Talene Dickerson. Nice to see everybody and hear everybody. I just wanted to let you know, if I may, Judy, if I may call you Judy. My
Yes.
information is in the chat as well. And I don't know who that was that gave me that great introduction, but I love you.
I love you too, Miss Tolene, it's Eve.
Oh, hey, how you doing? All right, okay. So
Okay.
please make sure I put my information in. You can, reach me anytime.
Okay, let me copy it now.
You see it?
Yes, I'm trying copy all the information on the chats. Yes, I do see it. Yep, got it. Thank
Okay,
you.
awesome. Okay. Thank you. Everybody get home safe.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say meeting closed, 8:05. Thank you again, everyone. This was an excellent meeting. We're looking so forward to supporting this effort. Helping with the volunteer situation. Okay, so everybody have a good rest of the night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't close yet. I'm copying stuff from the chat.
No worries. Stop the recording.